My name is Tom, your host with WeaponsEducation.com, and welcome. I'm titling this video, Concealed Carry Knowledge. What I've done was put down some ideas. I got about 10 of them here. I can probably do about 30 or 40 if I really wanted to go on and on. So throw in your comments on what I missed. But this is knowledge you should have when you're concealing a gun. And I want to touch on some things that maybe other people haven't touched on in the past, or at least reiterate them. First of all, I'm going to do like I normally do, trying to have fun with the video, move quick and get through it, and just talk what's on my mind and what's in my notes here. Now, the first thing that's on my mind when I'm carrying a gun and when I want to portray to everybody is when I leave my home and I'm carrying my gun, my spare mags, knife, flashlight, things like that we'll get into, my mindset's totally different. I'm more aware of my surroundings. I'm looking. If my family's with me, I'm even really looking. But I'm always aware of my surroundings. Whether I'm at a gas station, at a Walmart, walking through a mall, anywhere, I'm looking behind me, in front of me, not a nervous Nelly, just normal, just looking for suspicious people. Be aware of your surroundings, be calm, be cognitive that you've got a gun and that you have to be level-headed, okay? No alcohol, no getting drunk. You know, there's an old saying, nothing really good happens after midnight, but I'm not telling you not to go out after midnight, but, you know, just be level-headed. So, with all that said, let's talk about some things. First of all, you want to choose the right gun. This happens to be a Springfield XDM. It's a wonderful double stack 45, okay? Carries a lot of rounds, 13, 14 rounds, but it's a double stack, so it's wide. Now, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", so I can conceal this. So choosing your right gun and caliber is important. So you may want to rent some guns before, if you're new, before you choose your first gun. You may want to think about the caliber also. As a matter of fact, you do want to think about the caliber. Going from 380 to 9 to 40 to 45 and maybe even all the way up to 10 millimeter. And that's in the semi-automatics. And there's other calibers I know. But choose the right gun. And then know how to conceal it, and hence the word conceal. If you're going to open carry, that's a different story. But if you're concealing a gun, which I prefer to do, I was in New Hampshire for a week at the Sig Sauer Academy, and I had the opportunity to open carry for a whole week up there. And as a matter of fact, I'm just throwing this in, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. I did it because it was legal, and I wanted to see what it was like. So I open carried, no one stared at me funny or anything like that, but what I did notice about myself, like I'm at a grocery store and I'm open carrying and I got my spare mags here, no one's looking at me funny up there because it's normal, everyone kind of does it. But what I did different was I'm looking behind me more because I don't want someone to come from behind me and grab my gun. Which brings me to never surrender your gun. One of the tips here on my list, and it's an FBI statistic that 8% of law enforcement officers between the years of 94 and 04 who were killed in the line of duty were killed with their own gun. So keep in mind that if you get in some situation, you might end up on the ground wrestling with someone, and they're going to go after your gun once they see it. So keep control of your gun. Be cognitive of that. That's one of my tips. Okay, Clint Eastwood has a good saying, and he's always said this, and he's credited with it. If there's a gun around, I want to be in control of it, or I want it in my holster. Okay, the holster really is the safest place for your gun. Which brings to mind, know your holster. Choose the right holster. I happen to like shoulder holsters, all types of holsters, but I'm a shoulder holster guy. I don't have mine on right this split second for the video. But whatever holster system works best for you, get to know it. And then when I say conceal it, I mean conceal it and bury it deep. Because that's like the Secret Service. They purposely conceal it because they don't want to be known that they have guns on them. You want the element of surprise if you're concealing. And then when you're concealing, dress down. Don't, wear a t-shirt saying, Smith & Wesson carry, whatever, some silly gun shirt, bragging like you got a gun. So I say just dress down, blend in with people, have the element of surprise. If, in case, some nut job walks into a 7-Eleven with his gun like this, and believe me, he's not all that well trained. And if you're trained and you know how to draw your weapon and save lives, within a split second and hit them center mass 6 times within 2 seconds, you're going to win that. You're going to save your life, I should say. And only draw your weapon if it's the last case scenario. Remember I said that. Your weapon is your last case scenario. It's on my list here. Your gun is your last resort. If you can calm the situation down, do it. Do not escalate any situations. Don't try to be a Rambo. Don't try to be a hero, please. Just because you got a gun doesn't make you a Rambo. You're not above the law. You are cool, smooth. You're calm. You know you got your gun. You know you can go to it, but you don't want to. If you got a whack job that you're dealing with, just trying to get away from the situation. By the way, I keep a Garmin dash cam on all my vehicles on the windshield. I had a cop pull up next to me, and he asked me to roll my window down, and then he goes, "Oh, you're Tom." He recognized me. It was cool. And then he goes, "I'm just letting you know, I like that dash cam you got there. It's smart." He goes, "I wish everyone had one." Like, all right, thumbs up. And then the light turned green and we left. So the point is, that just came to mind. A dash cam's good because it protects you when you're driving around in case some, goofball comes to carjack you, or something weird happens in front of you, or you get in a car accident and it's really not your fault, but at least you got proof. Okay, that just came to mind. Okay, now let's get back to guns. Now, getting trained. A lot of people say get trained, but let's break it down to specifics. If you're new to guns, the first thing you want to do is get your license, if you're able to do so in your state, to legally carry it, and go through that protocol, whatever it is in your state. Now that you're legally able to carry it, because that's not enough training. Now you want to get ongoing training, meaning it's usually, say, $35 to $50 an hour. Say it's $50 an hour. Now, is 10 hours a year, is it worth it to you to save your life and your family? Because if you think you know how to handle a gun or be accurate with a gun without professionals training you, you're wrong. It's kind of like a golfer just at the age of 7, just some kid just starting to whack away without getting trained. He's going to pick up all these bad habits, and then when a pro finally starts to train him, he's got to correct all the bad habits. Start with a pro. When I went to the 6 Hour Academy for intense, advanced training, boy, did I learn that there's a lot to it. Your target that you're shooting at the range, at an indoor range for instance, is not shooting back at you, obviously, and it's standing still. So when you're shooting at targets in real life that are shooting back at you, and they're not standing still, and they're running, and they're going boom, 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 back at you, and you got to get down on the ground and shoot from the pro, you never know what's going to happen. That's why when I'm saying your training should start from simple and get more advanced if you decide to carry your gun as part of your obligation. Enough said on training. And always carry your gun. Always carry it. I'm not a hunter, but what's that story if you're a deer hunter and you got the hours and hours and hours and you never see that big giant deer you want to get. And then the one time you see it, you just happen to have your gun, and it just walks right by you. So, always carry your gun. You might think you're in a safe neighborhood. I don't need it. No. You might think I'm just going to go run a quick errand. I don't need it. You always need it. It's just part of you. I carry my gun around my house. You know why? Because it's just part of me. It's just like my jeans. It's my clothes. It's part of being dressed. I'm just used to it. Okay, now let's get into something else here. Okay, If you're carrying a gun, well, hopefully you never have to use it. As I said, it's your last resort. You want to have what's called a legal team. If you happen to shoot someone, it's a good chance you're going to get arrested. Whether you're innocent or not, whether it's clear cut or not, pretty good chance you're going to get arrested and go to jail, at least for that night, a couple of nights, depending on the situation. You're going to need an attorney, okay? You get 10, 15, 20 grand to shell that immediately? Probably not, or if you do, you don't want to. And it's very expensive to defend yourself. So, I've done videos on CCW Safe now. They are by far the best legal team contract in the nation. I mean, there's not even, it's a no-brainer. Larry Vickers sponsors them. I sponsor them. I've done videos on them. As a matter of fact, this is your legal team, meaning if you shoot someone in self-defense, there's the phone number on the back, and they have your back. They get an attorney there for you to represent you, and all the details will be in a video I'll put below, because I've done many videos on CCW Safe. It's a contract you buy. You put this card next to your license to carry your gun, you know, and next to your driver's license, and of course your NRA card. And I'll put the link for the NRA below too, because that's really important. But yeah, you want to have, this is the cost now. It's inexpensive. It's $130 a year, and they have zero deductible, full coverage, and they'll protect you if you shoot someone in self-defense. You have to have a license to get the card. And then the spouse discount is $200 a year. So it's $130 per person, and then $200 for you and your spouse or loved one in your house. So read the details on the link below. But you have to have this legal team behind you. Okay, enough said on that. Watch the video if you want more information on it. So it's prepaid legal. Okay, practice regularly at the range, and then I've been doing videos. Watch some of my recent videos I did on different drills to do at the range. When you go to the range, don't just go, you can do what you want, but just go and plop, 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 and, oh, I shot my gun, I felt the recoil, and, well, that's better than nothing. But go to the range with a purpose. Each time you go to the range with a purpose, you're going to come back with more knowledge. And that's what I'm trying to say, is knowledge. So when you're concealing your gun, you're a smarter guy or a lady. So do different drills and watch some of my videos I've done on different drills to practice when you go to the range. Like use different lengths of targets and shoot burst of 5 at 5 yards, burst of 5 at 10 yards, burst of 5 at 15 yards. Bring it in, compare it, and have a friend write stuff down for you, and then have fun with it, and then come back and say, all right, out of those 50 rounds, these are my 3 targets, and this now next time this is what I got to do better. I want to get that circle group tighter. Now the flashlight. This happens to be, and I'm really into flashlights. You got to have light at night. I mean, my wife, since she's been carrying her flashlight all the time now, she's like me. She just carries it, even though it's not fashionable for a lady. It's got to clip these things. I just clip it on my pocket, and then when I'm walking at night in a dark area, I hit it, and I can just, without hands free, I can see where I'm going. And, this is no danger. At least I can see. I'm carrying groceries, whatever. But if there's danger, this one is a power attack, and this is, it's at a blowout price right now. The link is below. I think it's only $130, and it comes with, for $10 more, you can get, I think it's $130, yeah, $120 or $130. $120 without the charger, $130 with the charger, I believe. The price is below. But get it with the charger, it's $10 more. The Spartacus, 800 lumens, but this is a special beam that throws it like a half-mile long straight beam. And you never know how far away you got to see. If you got to see something, like, a quarter mile away, this thing's great. Great for close up, great for far away. Happens to be, of all my flashlights, I got 3 of these. Spartacus XLT. And link is below for that. Carry a good flashlight. Now a blade, I like this Spadaco Civilian. It's a little pricey, but a self-defense blade is something I want to talk about. Now, well, what's good about the blade, obviously, is in a close-up situation, you can save your life. You can stab someone. Last resort, of course, it's a bloody mess, just like a gun. But remember, just like a gun can be used against you, this blade can be used against you. And if you're not, none of us are Bruce Lee's, okay, martial artist type guys. Some of us are in better shape than others, and some of us train more than others. But I know, generally speaking, I know the audience after all these years, and I would say, a large percentage of people are just, hobbyists, and they want to carry a gun for self-defense, and, they want to have a knife for self-defense. Be careful with a knife. Be careful, because, these things are wickedly sharp. You don't want to pull it on someone and then they use it on yourself, or you accidentally even cut yourself. So, yeah, I say carry a knife, but you also have to get trained with a pro on how to use this, because this can hurt yourself just as quickly as you can hurt someone else. Be careful with your knife. All right, that's it. Said it. NRA, you got to join the NRA. We're in tough times right now. I'll throw that link below. Join through me. It saves you $10. My name is Tom. I'm here for you. I promise to always be fighting for our gun rights, and I have. We've got some difficult times we're going through right now, and you know what I'm talking about. So the NRA is important. Don't forget, get your legal team. Get a good flashlight. The links are below. Choose the right gun. Choose the right caliber. Practice, get trained, be positive, level-headed, and you're good to go then, all right? I know I missed some stuff. Let me know. Thumb up the video, subscribe, share it with a friend, Facebook, all that stuff. And thank you, my friends. My name is Tom. Check it out.